today's top story. There have been recent sightings of UFOs in the Kentucky region. The FBI have been investigating, but they're still not sure about what it is. Now, let's go talk to John, a live witness.
And so, I was going through the park one day with my dog, and I heard this loud humming noise, and I didn't know what it was. And it was coming from the field, so I checked it out, and I saw this round object in the middle of the field. And I didn't know what it was, so I took out my camera and took a video, and then it just flew straight up. And I was really confused and really scared.
Seems pretty fake, right? Well, let's see what other people think about UFOs and aliens. Here's Priscilla Jamiro, a student from Miss Cowan's class at Broadview Avenue Public School.
So, what do you think about UFOs and aliens? Are they real?
No, I think it's all just a big scam that people make conspiracy about it. It's really stupid and it's not really scientifically proven. And people make whole hoaxes on it to get the money, and it's not a good idea.
The question is, do aliens actually exist? There are hundreds of videos and pictures taken of UFOs every year, and some enthusiasts believe that they could be leading to a hidden conspiracy. While some have been debunked as fake, there are still dozens that leave even experts scratching their heads and wondering if we have really been visited by creatures from another planet. But the big question remains, are they real? Find out next on RART Discovery Channel.
Strange lights in the sky, objects moving at incredible speeds, breaking the laws of physics and leaving scientists scratching their heads. These mysterious stories have captured the attention and imagination of mankind since the beginning, and made us ponder about our existence and about aspects beyond our reach. Are we the only ones? Who else is out there? Are aliens real, and are UFOs real? With sightings on the increase, UFOs seem to be phenomenons that defy the laws of nature and knowledge. Or do they? From London to Rio to Paris and even Ottawa, UFOs appear to be global phenomenons, a global mystery. But the big question is, are UFOs actually real? This is the same question famous scientist and grand visionary Enrico Fermi asked himself more than 80 years ago. Since then, his question has escalated into a worldwide dilemma, known famously as the Fermi paradox. It asks, if the universe is so big, and there have been billions of years where intelligent life could have formed, where are all the aliens? And more importantly, do they exist? The simple answer is probably yes, but it's much more complicated than that.
So what are the chances that aliens actually exist?
The observable universe is around 90 billion light years in diameter. And in our universe, there are around 100 billion galaxies, each one with over 300 trillion stars. But for the sake of simplicity, let's stick to our own galaxy, the Milky Way galaxy. Created about 13.5 billion years ago, the Milky Way is home to around 400 trillion stars, and 20 billion of these stars are estimated to be almost exactly the same as our Sun. And finally, estimates suggest that a fourth of all these stars have an Earth-sized planet located in the habitable zone of a star. That is, the region in the solar system just right for life to evolve. That means that in the Milky Way alone, there are over 5 billion habitable planets in the Milky Way. Doing the math, that means that there are over 500 quintillion habitable planets in the observable universe, which, statistically speaking, means that there's nearly a 100% chance that there's other alien life found on other planets.
The big question is, if extraterrestrial life does exist on other planets, why haven't we seen it? This is the main part of the Fermi paradox, and so far no one has an answer. However, we do have some theories. Here are three of the most prominent theories I've seen to date.
Theory 1.
One of the most famous theories is the filter theory, where films represent great barriers that we have yet to cross, or great achievements that we have achieved. For example, there are great filters that we have crossed, such as having an atmosphere or surviving mass extinction. However, at one point in history, life must come to an end, where there's a great filter we might not pass, such as a nuclear war or global warming. The theory is all aliens have all been eradicated due to not surviving the filter. Using this theory, that means on this planet must also end. So are we next?
Theory 2.
Secondly is the communication theory. This theory is probably the most likely, and it states that while aliens do exist, they have no desire of communicating with us. This may be because they might not understand our communications or are afraid of war. Another version of this theory states that we are simply not communicating properly, and they are not receiving us.
Theory 3.
Finally, there's the zoo theory. The zoo theory is another prominent theory, but certainly one that's much more chilling. The theory states that aliens actually do exist, but they are keeping us in a well-designed zoo, cutting us off from any extraterrestrial contact. Some versions of the theory even state that we're in a slaughterhouse, ready to get exterminated at a certain time.
So, in summary, while scientists and astronomers are positive that aliens exist and are certainly out there, they are still not sure why we have not come in contact with them. In fact, this may be a question that will remain unanswered forever. But according to a survey done in 2009 by famous astronomer and journalist Thomas Hargrove in over 12 states of the United States, over 75% of people surveyed in between the ages of 18 and 26 believe that alien life exists and are present on other planets. And as a fun fact, 8% of people surveyed said that they had been previously abducted by aliens or had personally seen a UFO, which brings us to our next question. What about UFOs? Firstly, let's take a step back. Before cars, televisions, telephones, and radios, and even before electricity was firstly discovered, back to the time of ancient Egypt, where the first documented UFO sighting took place. Here's Tony Tanusha explaining the first UFO sighting in history.
UFO sighting was discovered on a papyrus scroll written more than 3,500 years ago, detailing about a circle of fire in the sky. Described to have no head, is shown in the sky brighter than the brightness of the sun. Soon these mysterious objects became more and more numerous in the sky, striking fear to even the bravest of men. After investigation and examination of the papyrus content, real UFO investigation experts have deduced that this phenomenon was most likely caused by a series of meteorites entering the atmosphere. In fact, the sighting of this so-called UFO matches the approximate date of reported meteor strikes in the northern Egypt.
Over the course of history, similar events followed, such as the strange sightings of light and bright globes over Rome in 393 AD, described as glowing red discs that shot through the sky at incredible speeds. Suddenly, more tiny glowing objects appeared in the sky, following the larger glow, like bees swarming around the beekeeper. After some time, these fiery lights in the sky suddenly disappeared, never to be seen again. Once again, these clues indicate a probable meteor entering the atmosphere, and then breaking up into other tiny pieces, slowly burning up in the atmosphere until it was no more.
As we progress into the Middle Ages, more and more of these events occurred, each one being meteors or meteorites entering the atmosphere, which caused the illusion that alien spaceships were visiting our planet. But not only were stories told, but artists even started expressing these thoughts in their pieces of art. Take the painting The Madonna with Saint Giovanni, for example, a painting painted in the 15th century by Domenico Ghirlandaio in Florence. In the top right corner, a disc-like golden object appears in the sky. Looking at it was a shepherd and alongside a dog. In addition, several heavenly lights are presented in the sky in the left corner of this painting. Many UFO enthusiasts continue to enforce that this painting is in fact proof that we have been visited by other extraterrestrial civilizations. But is this true? Or is there a more logical and earthly explanation? In fact, there is. During the 15th century, Florence went through a time of radical change. The rulers at the time, the Medicis, got driven out of Florence, and a new ruler named the Savonarola took the place as ruler. Seen as a liberator and savior at the time, an icon was created in recognition of his rule, called the Madonna icon, the exact icon shown in the left corner of the image. This icon continues to be used in numerous other paintings painted at the time, such as the painting Madonna of the Book.
painted by Sandro Botticelli. As for the UFO itself, it represents part of the passage in the Bible, the announcement to the shepherd, where an angel descends from heaven and announces the birth of Jesus Christ, where the UFO is in fact a golden tear where the angel is supposed to appear.
But as the world advanced, new technology arose, and meteorites no longer became valid explanations for Mysterian flying extraterrestrial saucers. So what can they be? Can they actually be aliens? Well, the most probable answer is no. Here are two main reasons why UFOs are probably not real. Firstly, space travel is incredibly hard. To travel to other planets, immense amounts of fuel are needed, as well as other supplies, such as food or water. In addition, the zero-gravity atmosphere could prove catastrophic to the body and its structure, potentially permanently damaging it. Finally, UFOs from other solar systems could have to travel more than 1 light year to reach Earth, traveling through the emptiest and most desolate parts of space. Even if there were aliens that have landed on this planet, we would have known by now. Firstly, multi-million-dollar organizations such as SETI and other organizations are constantly searching for the sky for extraterrestrial life, but so far have found nothing. But what about the government? Is it hiding any secrets about aliens and other extraterrestrial life? Probably not. Firstly, even if it were, the news would have spread as wildfire. This is due to the fact that it is incredibly difficult for the government to keep a secret, because absolutely everyone that is told must keep a secret. And even if someone leaked it, then the news would have spread faster than the government could have even opened its mouth. Take the scenario of the atomic bomb, for example, one of the biggest government-intended secrets. Only 5 months after the atomic bomb was designed, news leaked out that the government was constructing one of the most deadliest and devastating weapons in history. That just goes to show how hard it is for the government to keep a secret. So, now that we know that, while extraterrestrial life might be real and probably is real, UFOs are probably not. So, you may be asking now, what are they? Although there are many theories, one in particular is the leading current theory on what UFOs may actually be: optical illusions. Our eyes, although far from the best and most advanced in the animal kingdom, are truly amazing machines. They trace back around 1 billion years ago, from simple light-detecting receptors that helped us establish day and night cycles, as well as coordinate our behavior, to wonderful works of evolution. However, although they do help us see, they can also play tricks on us. But before we understand how the eye perceives optical illusions, we must first see and learn how it works. Let's take a look. The eye itself is composed of numerous parts, each one playing their crucial role in making the body able to see all around. Firstly, there is the cornea, a transparent dome-like cap sitting on the top of the eye. Its job is to focus light in the correct place when it passes through, as well as to prevent bacteria and other harmful substances from harming the eye. Next is the iris, a muscle located beneath the cornea. This is the part of the eye that's colored. Afterwards, in the middle of the iris, is a black circle called a pupil, an opening that lets light into the eye. And did you know, since the iris is essentially a muscle, it can expand or contract, depending on how much light there is entering the eye. After passing through the pupil, the light then passes through the lens, which focuses the light on the back of the eye. The lens itself is held together by a muscle called the ciliary muscle, which is kind of like the iris. To see something near, the ciliary muscle makes the lens thicker, but to see something far, the ciliary muscles contract, making the lens longer. The light then travels to the retina, that is, the back of the eye. The retina has millions of light-sensitive cells called rods and cones, about 20 million rods and 7 million cones in each eye. But what's the difference? Rods help us see in white, black, and shades of gray, and also help us see the shape and form of a thing. They also help us see in the dark. On the other hand, cones help us see in color. They are sensitive to 3 colors: red, green, and blue. Together, rods and cones turn the image we see in front of us into thousands of electrical signals that are passed down through the optic nerve, a nerve that relays what we see to the brain. Finally, the brain processes the image in the occipital lobe, a lobe of the brain that deals with vision and sight. So, now that we know all about the eye and how this magnificent machine works, we can now move on to optical illusions. But firstly, what are optical illusions? Optical illusions are in fact an experience of seeming to see something that does not exist, or that is other than appears. But how does our brain see something that's not there? Let's start off with the basics. When you look at something, what you're really seeing is light, when light from the sun or any other source bounces off the object and lands on the retina, the back of our eyes. Light is then converted into thousands of electrical signals, which your brain then converts into an image. All in all, this process takes around 1/10 of a second. So as you can imagine, the brain is constantly processing what we see. And as a result, it's really hard for our brain to focus on everything at once. So to solve the problem, the brain cheats. It takes shortcuts, simplifying what we see to make us focus on what's important. This trick allowed early humans to survive against fast predators, but they are also at the heart of how optical illusions fool our brain. Let's take the famous herring illusion as an example. In front are 2 perfectly straight lines, but when they are put against a background of a radio pattern, they appear to be curved or warped. So what's to be blamed? Well, it's our brain's shortcut. When the brain sees this image, it focuses on the middle, and it deduces that you are traveling towards the middle, making the brain think that the lines are also getting closer to the middle, which is why they appear to get larger as you converge towards the middle. But the question is, what does any of this have to do with aliens and UFOs? Is there even a connection? In fact, there is. One of the leading theories is that UFOs and aliens are actually simply daily objects, portrayed strangely by reflection of the light, and which tricks the brain into thinking that they are actually UFOs. Here are some daily objects that the brain perceives immediately to be UFOs. But keep in mind, this is only one of the thousands and many theories that exist out there, and could most likely be wrong. One of the most common daily objects that is mistaken for a UFO is by an airplane, thanks to the bright lights placed on its body as well as on its wings, which, at night in particular, are the only components of the airplane that can be seen, causing a convincing illusion that an airplane may actually be a UFO. But the lights aren't the only thing that trick many UFO believers. There's also its reflective metal body, which in strong daylight can reflect light coming from the sun to our eyes, causing once again a convincing illusion that an airplane may actually be a UFO. However, airplanes aren't the only thing that trick us into believing that there's actually UFOs in the sky. Another common daily object is a weather balloon. By day, a weather balloon seems perfectly normal, and there's nothing out of the ordinary. However, at night, weather balloons are strangely illuminated from behind by the setting sun, and light refracts on the round surface of the balloon to our eyes, causing the weather balloon to glow strongly in the night sky, which can potentially trick a lot of people to believing that UFOs have really visited our planet. So, now that we've explained all about aliens, UFOs, if they exist or not, and in general, all about our galaxy, as well as the optical illusions, and 2 main reasons why UFOs are most likely actually optical illusions, it's finally time for our last remarks. UFOs have always been an intriguing topic, a topic that is surrounded by skepticism and hoaxes. And since the beginning, mankind has always fantasized about creatures from another planet, wondering, are we really the only ones? There must be something out there, right? But out of all the theories, there's one thing that we need to acknowledge, and it's that we really don't know anything. And as well, in the galactic timeline, we are embryos, beginners that are just starting to realize the power and beauty of life. And while we've come really far, we still have a long way to go to achieve our dreams. And one final thought. Maybe we are alone in the universe. So far, we have no evidence that there's any other life except us. Nothing. But if we let life on this planet die, perhaps there will be no life left in the universe. Life will be gone forever, and the universe will be more different than we ever imagined. If this is the case, we just have to venture out amongst the stars and discover the true secrets of this truly amazing universe.